Hello students, today we will learn motion of bodies in contact from Newton's laws of motion. Let's start. Okay, before going to start motion of bodies in contact, let me give you a brief explanation of the basic of this concept. Okay, so let's start from this explanation. A body which is placed on a smooth surface is acted upon by a force F which is acting horizontally on it. We need to find out the acceleration of the body, clear, as well as normal reaction acting on the body. Okay, so first of all, what you have to do, better, we have to start it like this. Draw all the natural forces which are acting on the body. Means all the natural forces, what I mean to say, all the external forces, correct? Now look, these external forces already are shown here, correct? Another external force is the force of gravity, which is acting downward. And because of the force of gravity, this mass is compressing the surface in contact in downward direction, as a result of which the surface in contact are producing a reaction force on the body. Okay, let us write this as N. And assuming the surface of contact is completely smooth, that means we are not going to consider any kind of frictional force in this case. So since this body is not moving upward or downward, that means it has no motion along y-axis, what we can write that the upward force should be equal to downward force. So because of the mass m of the body, the force of gravity is acting downward is mg. And since there is no motion along y-axis, what we can write, that means upward force and downward force must be equal and n must be equal to mg. But look, in this case, along the motion along y-axis, there is no force which can able to balance this force F. Okay, as a result of which net motion will take place along x-axis. So what we'll do here, force equal to, we'll apply Newton's second law. Net force is equal to mass of the body into acceleration of the body. That means F equal to ma. Therefore, A equal to F by N. This is the simplest case that I have shown you. So let's handle the second concept. Okay, look at this. In this case, this force is not acting horizontally. Here the force is acting, making some angle with the horizontal. Let the angle be given theta, correct? Now again, we need to find out what is the value of the normal direction as well as the acceleration of the system. Okay, so what you have to do? So in this case, first draw all the external forces which are acting on the system. One external force is already given here, and another external force is the force of gravity, as I told earlier. And because of that, a reaction force will act in this direction. Okay, now this is mg, and this is what we say, for example, n. Now, what we need to do, look, in this case, we'll consider the motion along the horizontal axis as well as vertical axis. So we need to break up this force into two components. One is along the horizontal axis, another along the vertical axis. Now always remember, check the motion now. Now since in this case there is no motion is taking place along the y-axis, the net motion along y-axis is 0. That means net force acting along the y-axis is also 0. So mark all the forces which are acting downward, F sine theta and mg acting downward. So write down that F sine theta plus mg, this is the net force acting downward, and the force which is balancing it in upward direction is n. This is number 1. Number 2 is this, F cos theta is the net force which is actually responsible for the motion of the body. In this case, we are not considering any kind of friction. So what we can write, F cos theta is equal to mass into acceleration, hence A equal to F cos theta by n. Let's take another type, little bit different from it. There is another problem given here. Force F1 acting from left to right, F2 is acting from right to left, mg acting downward, n acting upward, and acceleration is taking place along this direction because given F1 is greater than F2. Now, the thing is this, So if I write the motion along this direction, what will be that? It is very easy, n equal to mg. Now in this case, since F1 is greater than F2, that means net force is acting towards right, and that is equal to F1 minus F2 is equal to mass into acceleration. Therefore, acceleration of the system would be F1 minus F2 by m. Now, let me show you few problems related to contact motion, correct? Now, two bodies, M1 and M2, are in contact with each other. A force is acting on M1, and in this case, we need to find out the acceleration of the system and the force exerted by M1 on M2 or force exerted by M2 on M1. Now, for that, what we have to do first, look, assuming the force exerted by M1 on M2 is, say, for example, F1. And as we know from Newton's third law, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, and action and reaction always acts on different body. If F1 will exert a force F1 on M2, then M2 will give equal amount of reaction force on M1. Okay, so first of all, you have to draw this. And I'm not going to draw any in normal reaction or mg, since we need to find out the acceleration of the system, as well as number 2 is the value of F1. So what you have to do, this is a trick called free body diagram. Okay, for that, do one thing, separate the body from the rest of the system. Suppose I'm separating M1 from the rest of the system. First, take the concept clearly, and once your concept is clear, you can solve this sum within 2 minutes, correct? It is written 5 minute trick. It is actually a 2 minute trick, correct? F is here, F1 is here, and the acceleration of the system is A along this direction. That means M1 is also moving along this direction, and this M1. Now, since the system is moving towards right, obviously F is more than F1. So write down the equation of motion first. Net force acting on M1 is F minus M1. F minus F1 is equal to M1A. Mark it equation number 1. Now take the case of the second body, make it free from the rest of the system. And so once it is free, write down the only force which are active, only the forces which are acting on this mass, and that is nothing but F1, which is exerting by M1 on M2, and this is M2. Always remember, during the drawing of free body diagram, you have to keep in mind, you have to choose only those forces which are acting on the body for which you are drawing the free body diagram. And since the system is moving towards right, that means this mass is also will move towards right. And what will be the equation of motion for this? According to second law, this will be F1 net force is equal to M2A. Okay. Now look, F1 get cancelled. F equal to A into M1 plus M2. And therefore, A equal to AF divided by M1 plus M2. This is number 1. Number 2, what we need to find out? We need to find out the value for F1. For F1 equal to M2A. M2, what is A? F into M2 divided by M1 plus M2. Clear? So this is the answer. This is the way to do the problem related with the connected system. We can extend this number of bodies from 2 to 3 or 4, 5, whatever you like. Okay? Now I'm going to show you a few problems related with this concept. So let's handle the first numerical. Okay, look at this. First, make the equation of motion for this 3 kg block. 100 Newton acting towards right and F towards left. So net force towards right is 100 minus F is equal to 3 into A. And what is for 2 kg block? The force acting F towards right and 25 Newton towards left. So it should be A minus 25 is equal to 2 into A. Now, if you add up this, make it equation 1, make it equation 2. If we add this 2, if it get cancelled, this is 75 and this is 5A. It is 15 meter per second square. Now we can find out the value for the contact force F very easily by putting in any one of this equation. So F equal to 25 plus 2 into 15. What is that? 25 into 30. That is 55 Newton. Now, one important thing, we can find this acceleration without doing this calculation. Correct? Very simple. Take this as a whole system. What is the net force acting on the system? 100 newtons from left towards right, 25 Newton from right towards left. So net force acting towards right is 100 minus 25, 75. Divide this by mass of the system, 5, which is 15 meter per second square. Check this calculation. So this is the technique to solve the motion of bodies in contact when two bodies are in contact, right? Let me extend this to 3 bodies, then I will show a few different problems related to this. Look, another problem is given here. There are 3 masses, 2 kg, 5 kg and 3 kg are in contact with each other. 50 Newton force is acting from left towards right on the mass 2 kg and 30 Newton from right towards left on the 3 kg mass. Now the question is, find the contact forces between A and B and C, as well as acceleration of the system. So let me draw the contact forces first. So as I told you earlier, the contact forces must be equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. So let's mark it this. For A and B, suppose the contact forces are F1, and for these it is F2. Okay. And what is the acceleration of the system? Draw the acceleration in this diagram. Because 50 Newton is more than 30 Newton. Now this acceleration. Now you can find out the acceleration by using the easy method. Take this as a system. Okay. What is the force acting on it? 50 Newton from left towards right, 30 Newton from right towards left. So net force is acting towards right. That means acceleration would be on the right direction. Okay, and what is the formula for acceleration? Net force, that is 50 minus 30 divided by total mass of the system, that is 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 5, 10, 50 minus 30 is 20, 20 by 10 is 2 meter per second square. This is done. Now, we need to find out the value of F1. Clear? Now watch this carefully. We can set the equation of motion for this also. Okay. Look, for 2 kg block, set the equation of motion. 50 minus F1 is equal to 2 into A. Now look, we need to find out the value for F1. We can find it easily. This is equal to 50 minus 2A, and 50 minus 2A means 2 into 2. That is 50 minus 4. That is equal to 46 Newton. Now we can find out F2 either from the body B or from the body C. So let me apply it to body C, because already 30 Newton is also known and acceleration is also known, correct? So look at the technique. F2 is acting on it towards right and 30 Newton this. So let's write the equation. F2 minus 30 is equal to mass into acceleration 3 into A. What is A? A is already 2, and F2 is equal to therefore 3 to the 6 plus 30, 36 Newton. So this is the answer. So easily you can handle it, and it's say almost 1 minute to 2 minutes maximum. Look, a problem is given. A homogeneous rod of length L and mass M is placed on a smooth horizontal surface. It is acted upon by a force F at one end as shown in the figure. Find the stretching force on the cross section of the rod at a distance x from the end where the force is applied. We'll solve this problem by using the concept of motion of bodies in contact. Okay, what to do with it? First, you do one thing. It is the end where we need to find out stretching force, correct? So just use one thing, just bifurcate the portion, correct? Okay, let me do that. I'm just bifurcating it. So it is nothing but two different bodies are in contact. Okay, and using that concept, I can be able to solve it easily. So how? We can solve it by using the method of tension also. Later on, I will get in the next lecture, I will show you how to solve this problem by using the concept of tension. Okay, let me solve it now. First of all, assuming this is the stretching force. That means, let me divide it into two parts. One part is A, another part is B. And stretching forces, say for example, small f in this case. That means B is stretching A with the force F towards right, and A is stretching B towards left with the same force. Now here you need to do one important thing. Suppose the mass of the section A is M1 and mass of the section B is M2, and we need to find out the value for M1, M1 and M2. Now it is given here the rod is homogeneous, that means the identical physical density on all sides. Okay. So what to do? First find out its mass per unit length. Lambda equal to M by L. This is called linear mass density. Now that means what is that? Mass of the unit length is M by L, lambda. So what is the mass of this part? M1. Length of this portion is L minus X and length of this portion is X. So M1 equal to L minus X multiplied by lambda, and that is equal to M by L into L minus X. And what is M2? M2 is equal to X into lambda, and that is Mx by L. Now apply the same concept again. What is the acceleration of the system? A equal to A by mass of the system, F by M. This I require. Number one. Number two is this. Look, what is the free body diagram of M2? Watch this. F is acting towards right and small f is acting towards this, and system is accelerating towards this direction. So this is A. So if I write down the equation of motion for this, what would be that? F minus F equal to M2 into A. Now look, what is F then? F equal to F minus M2 into A. F is given. M2, what is M2? Put on the value for M2. Okay, what is the value of M2? M2 is M by L into X. And what is A? A is equal to F by M. Now watch this carefully. F by M. Okay. Now MF get cancelled. If I take this F common, okay, so the thing which will be left inside of it is 1 by X by L. By applying this formula, you can find out the value of the stretching force at anywhere of it. Okay, that is, look, if I want to find out the value at this portion, what is that? At X equal to 0, if I put X equal to 0, small f equal to capital F. If I want to find out here, what is that? X equal to capital L. If I put X equal to capital F, F equal to 0. So this is the technique of solving this kind of sums. So up to this today. So in the next video, I will show you how to handle the problem related with the connector system with the help of tension. Bye.